ese na papa no wa abo. Ese na papa no wa abo. Ese na papa no wa abo.
Wa abo papa why you hate you cry? No wa dem do wo. Why you hate papa wa abo chon? No wa abo. Wo no wa abo.
Now we are being chased with stones. They are approaching us. The police are also moving away from the danger zone. Quite surprising. They are unable to calm situations. Total chaos at Old Fadama. Even residents here are also running. It's getting serious by the minute. This is very bad. Police vehicles are being attacked. Police officers are being attacked. Citizens are being attacked. And we, the media, are also under attack. We are now running for our dear lives. Oh my word. This can't be happening in the 21st century. Director of Public Relations at the Ghana Police Service is here to talk to us. We are running for our lives, aren't we?
No.
We are running for our lives.
No, we are not running for our lives.
But we are running for our lives. They are pelting us with stones. And you are running as well.
I'm not running. I'm going to my car.
Yeah, but at least you are escaping from danger.
I'm not escaping from danger.
The situation is out of control, wouldn't you agree?
The police are in charge.
How in charge are they? But clearly, we are all running for our lives.
We are in charge.
But we are all running for our lives. How can we be in charge? But we are running for our lives.
I mean, you as a civilian have to run for your life.
Superintendent Safe Asata running for his life. He just joined a police vehicle and he's gone. Now we journalists and some civilians here are running for our dear lives.
The police station baby na idea begusa DC ne MPC idea police station na bakroma no ye be chi nipa bi amamrantie bi abomu dom percent police for be me san na ye wa no ma chi nipa to police station the police for no ko ho ana amrantie no ko akoyi police ni no anam ko yi almost suspected them no na agi police for them ana em say enra kra enra BBC wo race course aye krofo akọ a mu de mu pe fans as ho sisi dan police focus stop home no more start to ebo police no ye na ebo mo ban police no ye na ebo property ho ban na say ye ti bi amoye ho ban a na efa so ba na wo yeso obi a be wadwene say police station ya chi di pa ho o de o pe police station wa ko yi di pa no a me fa o se me di Kumasi police na ba be gu kroma ya ye no 1-to-1 boot to boot mo say mo na mo so ma ye mo aso ma ye ne ma ye mfa nye adwuma ne ma ne ye be yusu na no make us and make am ka asefo nko make am obia o te Ghana say emre na crofo take police station no it say twam police force a mo be ye adwuma wa ha no it say mo ye adwuma no ma animonyam ba police adwuma mu enye say kroketua yi mo be jeje bribe mo ba ha now the police be twetwe bribe heart o police dey ba ha o che o be jeje the crofo guys o mo never bro so it se police ni so ye obi abone a o ma ya so nte na obi afa emra no ehye nsem
BSFM 104.3 good to me take Sampai
Chaba General
Mache
ya medio
boko de
crash na dompa ye bibia boko
ye da nyame ase that's no adaje enso run man run
Santana o studio ha
abum
nyame na do
ma fio de bibi
last week na menye flu kakra
o ma so last week na ma ayo kakra
de be wa
no ko fi o
esha I was in trust on meji taxi no da kama covinti
o pa tax wa je de do waje them abania inya cash ka what to taxi
hey won do wa go gra
check no baba kra no waje want to withhold you
the date ne feda na eche de waje wo check
waje brother waje
ja General Nyamiadum
at a new look growing a beard with glasses
thank you
at a opposition look at
there be no opposition
noble look
try to change face kakra na last week me by na only ha
na me nam kakra
me to me light na me hu so on na wiem ti me te on kan of penam say sisi anu akwabe
say me hwa de na ma bade
ye ni akwaba
ye nua me ko takwa da man na very interesting edwuma bia Goldfields Ghana aye ho na eja you go heavy say aban ni oman mu ni nyina nkasa
private companies here can foreign companies see more good incentives are they probably will end up developing their communities.
That's true.
Because where they may free advert Takwa da mine Goldfields Ghana. Almost see 33-kilometer asphalt road. 33 kilometers. Now almost starting in 2016 June. Omwe ebie kwanatum 3 years. 3 years. And we say Ghana government is here 33-kilometer asphalt road obviously say how much would it cost? Over what period? But 3 years, almost here, and it cost $27 million.
That project now,
yeah. Meanwhile, they are fixing the town roads. They're giving back, man. It's a good feeling. My mom free adverts.
Other organizations and companies also
almost see me from incubator and I'm one in Teja.
But Chairman,
yes.
When you said there are other companies that one no me macro, but I baby I'm mining as for now. Too bad. Until one month fancy. Me is on Benya Crank Comunia documentary. No unity and yet because social responsibility.
But you see, it is also the government, should reach out. Reach out. Because mining companies in that area, I'm sure if you reach out and give them incentives, they will gladly do it. I mean, Goldfields, Master, $27 million. I just kakitwa.
Oh yeah.
Yes, more crowd.
Yes, kakitwa. But the entire community would benefit. Plus, for you to climb for Honia, Obia Benya home first. Ain't we incentivize them because Takwa roads and you Takwa. If any man who need to come Luta,
Western region in general.
And you, man,
also na heavy Afibo.
Yeah,
it's most unfortunate.
Yeah,
and that part. Takwa Bogo, so now they call Western North. And Ukraine West no. Where we baby say me papa num krom, asem krom honum.
Yeah.
Ubono elibo. Fi asem krom
to Sama NG.
Jesus Christ.
Why?
Wo ko hwe kwan pa. Nipa nam so a. Mestre me wofa. Ira Makwata, President, or my bosses are quite there, one be bombarding I am to one man a morning and tentem. Because Chama General, maybe me coho, na minim situation, you know. That me quiet service or honomo.
And as you see,
it could be a friend of my pay. But on mine pay.
I know why
I say my pay, and Tim Grofire and my pay, on mine pay. Nani far from Bia 23 miles near Ko Enchia Kojalawas.
That's a long road. Long
23 miles. Far from a beer tractor. And that would 3 year plan or any CMB tracker before Kokrokoo no bon. But Nedia a year kakra kianum far for, but the road is still terrible. So we baby. I always do off my heart off for President Kufuor for the projects we're working in that portion. If you bought there, I copy Menchi. Getting that road, the masterpiece of President Kufuor. The fee as Kokrokoo to engineer the asphalted, very nice road. In the best rail, the Akan also. Wamunya Mayena.
Boy, Yansu Yanzekakra.
Central.
Ebe Bogosu from Bogosu through Ayamfuri to Diasu.
No, what's happening? President
Mills.
That's
no party.
Until I represent one.
And I represent the social commentator.
A social commentator with heavy leanings towards the NDC.
No, I'm there from Bogosu through Wasamimfi, Ayamfuri to Diasu. Also, a masterpiece project of President Mills and John Mahama.
Yes, why?
Marty. Why your politics? Me private sector driven initiatives.
No, Papa. So what them 27 million yes more. So I mean, Mr. Gaya Jedibia or Bobo Brasman will be free.
Well, I tell you, only 2 years can be so.
That's why they would
it's Miss American. the government should go in, incentivize them. Because, I mean, say if they weren't your tax, tax waivers be nadi, and they'll put the money back into the society. Finally, there were one profit in IABR, $60-70 million. It's meant to your tax. Also, okay, I'm going to put $27 million into this project. Why not? Because I will abandon, then it frees your financial space to do other things. But anyway, I'm not in charge. I'm only a social commentator.
Who's struggling to where?
To Ghana. To my country, Ghana.
That's all.
In service to God and country.
Ghana first.
And no curfew.
Your enterprise.
But this one says, Kwame, the Takwa to Bogosu Road was started during President Mills's time. Ask yourself, where have we reached? Phillips, interesting. President Mills passed 7 years ago. Is it this week? No, Sunday. No, next week 24th. Sunday would have been his birthday. Until next week, it would have been 7 years. Or started Takwa to Bogosu. 7 years down the line, we've had two different presidents from two different political parties. Why didn't they continue? Why haven't they finished? Anyway, that's another matter. Sometimes, maybe someone's asking me, I don't know what investigation. Gregory Afoko, rule of law, bail reversal. ABC government is manipulating the judiciary. ABC rule of law gone to sleep under Kufuado. Occupy Ghana and Akamuja. Almost say officers are Gregory Afoko, your man bail 1 month. And so nya my sign I did not to remind you. They should pay for it. What is this thing? What do you think?
Chairman, me dasi me chow no tie for biom na. Chairman wa dan fo offer. Onim say wa pass on Max Billion.
Oh. Wow.
A free monty 19th ya fiada ye ben 1 week on the honum Tantra Hill honum ne be kwakọ e na wotwe da nti ya no mabija yen. Na Chairman medical ka say there be a justice system eka se nipa ba ko a odibem e de mra bi fa so tia no na okodifo a eye chen se enye chen se nipa mpimpim a wo mu difo ye beja wo mo me can we akosi say this particular issue may restricting to one person men nyina ha so nka se emra no bi di asem na se ya minka se de se ye no kre se ye di bibisa ye no as a human being no enya me de sa na mum ye be hwe asem no so se de esitie matie lawyer for binom, not the lawyers of Gregory Afoko. Lawyer for bi am from so mo ye the human rights activists. Now the kind of arguments are one way, and in the political twist and propaganda I am the canhono, a man some the necano, I say. Chairman, and your Gregory Nkwana, a what situation be saying more? There are several other persons since the Supreme Court can say every offense ever Ghana ha a bailable. One more aqua situation more they are languishing in jail. And with their young kind. Now, Nam say ye assemble could be for a particular purpose in Intino, near Kofa and no Abba. There was a unity, I say, simple Ghana in Shisha Yemu. The arms of government, judiciary, independent. Now, so one independence, I believe, say, goes with responsibilities. So, one more idea, also, Nebua Omanfo no narrative yatiti no me menti prosecution for no side so maba out the mati debiano if ya branche no lawyers honum any other lawyers be kasa emano menti judiciary no so side what I know ni say onukwa ni incarceration no ne the bill no am say conditions be o sign Matthew say no credit na conditions be o want me unfulfill.
He fulfilled his bail conditions.
Pastor say,
Mr. Matt say he fulfilled his bail conditions.
I know, yeah, me speaking from another angle. Enti sa afanu ni nyina no. There should be proof say the lawyers in the case of fulfill bail bond, no. The prosecution also should be able to tell us say so fulfill it and now one fulfill it. But I know nanche no, Chairman General. Adia ya ewum eye baby a enkanka NDC for enya voice a womodeka na asem biara as usual of them womode beko akwese president na jama as usual we say anopo bi ka bi kire obisa outside fanama say no to say as usual na ma me kai boy bia no koto aduane ma ne bosses wo Ghana Telecom na da ko man is kasa on koto aduane oba on kaso as usual say blanche bia on koto koko 2 cities no to beans 2 cities and to buy no car as usual so kwa ka che ma say me to as usual na ma me di na tem wo muade e high to as usual ha to kwa no ka che boss say ma me so on to as usual no say da dia no da bia say do si to no eno na ne as koto as usual of the NDC. So omo koda na juno omo ntino omo yire no ma na kra na ne de kwache na nado dan kwa Akufo-Addo onam na chani car tie tumpo no de kwache no okoto chacha na chacha ni dinu a no de kwache president asem a aba ye wa asue ya asem ne wo ye won krofo asem ne wo won sem adan ne enka enko ho de ya me de power asem nyina mu eye occupy Ghana de no wo mo sisse ye no krampa sankrofobia nye won dwuma yi a ekwan ya ose ye ne mra ne no mu die no emra ne no mu ne chairman jelda eno so na nche no the laws are there, the courts are there. Some court be eno nso akwaji another asem from different quarter a different matter what soon no opportunity say we be pursue the issue further. No one who say asem no will come to a closure. Na ekoba na mabeka and under President Akufo-Addo.
Now I under President being.
Oh na onti obaye no pan as a president or Jubilee House and or the caveat and no the other because say mu manu baila. Chairman General asem be pan and can this for any lawyers bi no a wo mo so me yeso the right human rights with come back so interfere with judiciary adwuma no kra na yen kan da bia borrow your phrase the hypocrisy and dishonesty enu na ekum ye wo ha enu na ekum ye wo ha wo kai pa say ye chinkrofo bi say wo mo South Africans court say yen ya wo mo enu o asem e bi asem na si ye ye dinkrofo bi my friends saying extradition and you am ko ye no wo mu e de wo mu fi repatriated
but what's all hasilo
be what we feel so what we to go apartment is that
no I mean titi mo
titi I have that platform chairman general one man one that about ye titi one fan can't mo
na zo ayo titi
but men kind of basa
chairman eye nukre sasem na si na baby entwa yi a won wa asem ne fa won ho no won na ese no omuka ye ni krom ha lots of you have gotten justice omayimu lots of you have gotten justice ya kan won asem court adu won asem be kura na susu senko be di for etu court eja won adan na ne de yenka adan ni yenka ne sa na da bia no you want to score some political points ni akwatwe aba ni fan kwese president na president na chief of defense staff back no say chief justice onu na panel court no onu na prosecutor. I mean such conduct you see yes your democracy no enkonanim emwa obi biara because that biano ye beye e mankrofo dana me aloteka me ka chan say ye suni ne ma ye no ye politicians e bedum rebi no literate no be dwa brutal because one be who say ye take one for granted say asem na ba ye mpanyenya capital ye ngeni capital politically you know ye kan say ye be ka no when ye nim pefe say enye no kresa When you nimpefe say ye was ye woman na asem no ehye won sem. Nti asem aba ye ne wo monka. Nti chairman, me I know say enaya ti hei emra eye adwuma ebo bia ho ban se bibia tochima. I mean enya agregra fokonko na ye other persons. Abranche we there Muhammad time okun JB Dankwa, late JB Dankwa. Also, so them Yamani builder. Such similar offense. I then and the activists no can wasem.
Because your money bail.
Because I then the chairman general. Woman alleged murder. Say your money bailer. You see, according to one more can say no. One say Supreme Court and then say every crime, every offense, a bailable Ghana. Into why that selective assembly? Because we want to twist it somewhere. Chama maybe a politician, minimum assembly filed by minimum the abubako, and minimum the intent of people. Into the American say, young fan ne kwano so, the nuclear munianka says judiciary no, I know why Jumaya, let's tell them. Say prosecution, Edmania, let's tell them. Say defense, no say Edmania, let's tell them. Near individuals, no, and free my pese, chinchina, copam quota, and you'll be quote. Chama, what you will quote, Pano, Ebia met him no exercise. They are the second, a bay oversize. A bay big at some fufro. Samson had the command, Mike Tyson near or Booney, Buster, who will say a betity, and quorum, because Obia on the size, in 2 copam will be quote. And Franco said, I believe, said Emra, a Ghana, ha, said the California justice, a Hanum. To one way I can have some NDC be turned to human rights activists, so I'm kicking some. Woman, yai, normally shed the substance of the matter. Said judiciary did no D4, said prosecution did no D4, said defense did no D4. Nian Canisa, men can it be a chairman.
I'll take any comments.
Yeah, I can't intend to the same thing. You don't know. Kwame Anebe Maminja Maba Frank Jabano, or director for procurement, CSIR. Frank Anebe Mamuachi, what's my bro? Maybe I have me. In China, can hypocrisy, fancy,
hypocrisy and dishonesty. Dishonesty.
Kwame, me opening speech, it has to do with a regional chairman of a political party who is owing a bank 40 million. That's my opening speech. Okodru Ghana ha baby. Things went bonkers. Was Ibrahim Mahama Wagaji loan or Mechad Bank in them. He is still employing 1,600 people. 1,600.
Remember, I'm trying to look for that issue on my
Papa.
Me who are Hanape.
Oh, purpose.
No purpose.
Me who are Hanape. It's baby
and this one rampage. Chama, and this one rampage. On your papers, Numa.
But it's not here.
I want you to once can watch.
But it is not here.
Oh, no, rampage is it or your rampage?
And you put your baby.
I'm American Wagana had it.
Now loans on your loan.
Oh, do baby. Bibi Yemo Binum, Bibi Yemo Binum. Nasu Okodu baby, I will just bury things just like that.
Alote,
Kwame.
Ewi, but your merba Afokuna.
Navogona was a wire then.
Me him saying my mammy coming him.
Oh, a boko him. But me pedemu Afokona was a wire then.
Enima.
Na Kwame.
Yes.
History is always there for us. Salah case Osi.
No court.
No court.
No court. And I use pay 28 on to see.
Go, baby, go on Nenya Chese. Go on Kaka.
Sampa, where you?
Nah, sir. When it comes to Dankwa Buzia Dumois, or that as they are expecting these things. Because they will tell you that I'm banning to me in there. Obama being a being
a social commentator.
Me a social commentator, okay. These are historical facts, America. I'm not surprised that the embassy was there. Waka there, Aza Abani own to me yet. On your door, Obama being then Bessia and Bessia then being. But may you can Oh, Jaya can was who can be. Because
me pede the right attribution. One and no condom. Ghana's political history. Thank you.
That's right. I don't know about to me, and it's like the resurgence of this type of politics. But something or can be there. Wash your ties in Nyama NDC office. In the Afoko Nasaman, or your inside job, into me, now, Kwame, as a matter of fact, I have not been following the Afoko issue. Mamata in the Yakakadamina, Bugi na Buzija was a listening, no so I can be na Samana deja.
I was a boy in Gregory Afoko and brother now was it? Not some near.
On America there, one regional party chairman when it used to be Northern region. Also, Nimuana Waya the Martin. Yan can come with papers. Yanta on America there, I get them one summer. But people are looking from the rule of law angle. The court ama adi Afoko Bay. Sabita fracture, yes, we imba. Na o imba so bail is part of the law. Na eja we tuma kofi ko hu na number ne nebusu afukaka. Na at the same time so no oroko court. Now, if they are denying him the right to bail, only problem. What is in it? Abada no shema won't be the woman bail.
One man bail is one fulfill, you know. On one man bail, but one man she shared why not what we in if you on no that's the bail.
Not just the bail, no, I had to Suzy Cassa, no, own to me in him. Well, if that be the case, no, on Madaminti. Mama saying that was if you one high court to another high court, where Attorney General was Ukitanka, no work up at your Charlie bill in Chogu, may saying, Ambasu Waitregu, Mazizala or the Missile. I mean, Mamutumaga in the one was a man. Nemo rule of law, Aya, on care there. Eddie Yobi, Uso Daching was mayor.
Eddie Yobi, that was mayor. One for laughter. It says, I love some Pines imagery. I'd like to imagine Kweku Bako in your trousers. What a sight it will be. You go make like the word Jurumi. Anyway, brother, any comments?
Chairman,
Minia.
My chair, team for it. They say so. More international. Tia her phone na.
Yeah.
More share internet so ne. Social media platforms more. Chairman, Gregory Afoko asemwa abe. Asemwa asemi apa. Na mpani kan se yenkan ni wachi a.
Osi
agroye de. Sebi Gregory Afoko owa abusuan owa adofo na owo namfofo nsoso na kwan a aban de Gregory Afoko enam so ninyi ni se ye de obi abusuani ana na damfo ana ne dofo bi enam sa kwan yi so a ebe ye obi ade enunti ena asemi bae osha there is a groundswell of public anger against government. Ma follow many media discussions and media stories are omo to the street omo ne nkofo di nkoma ohun say nkofo ebuafu pa wo kwan a aban enam so a ode Gregory Afoko asem ne nam so
empacho adine Gregory
on
but this am for be ka Gregory
chama udri emposo manka Gregory
and na ma be ka Gregory Nigerian comedy Gregory adine
You Mate chairman. You say and they are saying kofo di ache. Nti meka foko na me de me ho atome kakra. Chairman General, I'm say asemi edi kan ba ya Chairman Adams. Udifo bi kohwie ase edi gu no so a owu ya say 2015 obi anim say nefa NPP internal political disagreement
assuming self
oh okay oh there let's assume but the facts support it say now as a result of NPP internal fighting as Abreno na ebimu support to the flag bearer as against the party chairman and the general secretary of the party. And on a namso Emma Omukopie Northern Regional Sabreno Omo regional chairman amane. And according to the information, a police report and as a police complainter, the then general secretary Ekoye or Northern Region at the time say omoye meeting mrantie bi ebai say aden omambo regional chairman amane nti omo be say meeting enu achi ena enam so ma sa asemikosi. In fact who follow the court proceedings ne cross examination afoko na lawyer for the witnesses are state produce or quarter unhu pass state case aban and as attorney general wo court ne say santokwa no a esiye ema binom kosei afoko ene kwabene Japan meeting no eno na nam so ma Gregory Afoko Gregory Afoko chairman o de me ka Afoko no
feel free nightness
Gregory
Greg the chairman o case no ne send ya court no a baby a aban lawyer for gina so pa pese ye de asem no share Greg Afoko ne kon ne say enam saa de no a esi ye ntokwa no a esi ye no ena oye say ebinom meka no ho no mo ntikuo emfa mbo chairman Afoko ho ban na saa kuo no a wo mo te no enu na wo nam so a wo mo kohia no nwumre bi kobo pop enam so de kokum chairman Adam Mahama. It clearly from the facts a wo court na kire say NPP internal fighting and lead to this particular issue. Now say NPP internal fight and lead to this particular issue. Chairman then Ebema senior chairman Aloteju Kopse kan NPP former chairman for the Northern Region Bugri Nabu I can say ebinom NPP mo at the time no mo secret meetings. Now, secret meetings, no one and nam so.
Have we not gone past?
No, we haven't got into do it.
No, maybe. Allow me to moderate my show.
You are not moderator.
Baby, I won't name no.
The Bible Simon Betias Yentia at the Contia Bine. I na say Yama Greg Afoko Bail Kranwa Yamanin Kofi.
A bine or whom you know, Swana
me baho, chairman.
A bine the yourself.
There make akosi nyina ne say Bugri na abu asem a okaye efa owu a cham and Adam Mahama ewuye na sabre ni nyina asem no court na aban a wote so and take special interest in the matter na ebe ka kire say oh nipa na o kan asem ne say ya no fom nti ye jai ye kire bio ye mfa ye ninsi Greg Afoko so and no can be clear say abai wo some special interest in this case I was say abai church mu chere the reason why ntia obe take that entrenched position against Greg Afoko. Chairman, from 2015 up to 2019 January and a court sa try akoswa omo obi aka na asem wawie chese asem no kra no ebebe wie ya ne sa ena Ministry of Information Honorable Kwadwo Ponkroma nsɛmtwerɛfo nhia mu ɛna ɔka kyerɛ ɔman no nyinaa sɛ abranteɛ baako a ɔka asɛm no ho Greg yɛde yabɔ mu mienu kɔ adu abom a yɛnhu no afɛdi aban akɔhu no ɛwɔ Burkina Faso ɛno nti aban asɛm a yɛdi nyinaa yɛba abɛwie no aban ayɛ n'adwene sɛ ɔtwa asɛm no na wafiti aseɛ foforɔ sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a nipa na yakɔ akɔkye no foforɔ no yɛde ne bɛka asɛm no ɛno kyerɛ sɛ aban special interest a ɔwɔ asɛm no mu no confirm some of the suspicions a nipa no bi enya from the beginning chama ɛna ɔmo sign cast ɔmo fiti asɛm yase mekai sɛ Greg Afoko na lawyer Afoko Supreme Court o there be kwan a Attorney General anamso a ofile nolly prosecute no mra kwan so nti yenkɔ ne sign ko di asɛm but in that judgment no Supreme Court man Justice Poaman stated say going forward also Attorney General who say or taking such actions it must be transparent so that people will not read meanings into it. Some meanings no ye read into asem no no na Justice Poaman no per se etimamufo etiminya understanding of such decisions. Chairman, me kai pass Afoko na lawyer for extra petition they call Amnesty International about the fact that court ama bail say abrantie no yema onko fie na asem no ayedi no yento aso bail condition no kese pa 2 sureties and I think say 500,000 Ghana cedis one of the sureties to be justified almost fulfilling all the bail conditions and so yes say abrantie no ye releasing him. In fact nipa I was say money bail na say money bail in pa I was saying called prison custody no after the BNI custody and wo atete all of these were detailed in the petition to the Amnesty International. A bank crown tikra say petition bi akwa Amnesty International until say yano ena omujai eto hosa fighting the case omo akwa appeal say oh yemma branch any bail still or the BNI cells ena there are reports say twini moja without his consent adie chen de na hospital.
Is that how far you want to stretch it?
Yes, it is important, Chairman General.
Rumors?
Any rumor. These are
platform rumors. Without his consent.
This was.
No, I'm asking. Maybe so.
This was an allegation by the lawyers of Greg Afoko,
and they didn't bring it up in court.
Oh. Chairman, this discussion it is not only the court issue.
No,
because even in court, Chairman even in court, Yama Abranti any bail, but out of court, he is still in custody, flouting the judgment, any ruling in a court at the Aba. There's every reason for us to believe, say. Greg Noah the fundamental human rights or obetimi ade no ho na asem no akoso na aban empese ode bema na ye ka asem we ya ye say me more president Akufo-Addo din chama ye betimi aka asem we wa bra more president din. Look at the stature of President Akufo-Addo, ne credentials in some way ye ka e de kire yen egu yasum about the nature of the president. Can you imagine, say, Inka President Akufo-Addo, the opposition leader, and I hear branch be say, go through this, attracting the international community, Amnesty International, and then me and I'm who say, another group, Right Alliance, Nsusu akasa fa ho. Etinka President Akufo-Addo be quiet on a matter like this. A court ama bail. Ni ese emfa bail no enye adwuma. But in all of this, Chairman,
yeah,
Abraham Lincoln can be. Or say, nearly all men can stand adversity. But if you want to test a man's character, give him power.
But that's it.
Power, yeah, the man President Akufo-Addo. I expose this and bebria. You can't find home or believe in human rights or fighting for the downtrodden or not the unpremium CCOB under his watch. Several human rights abuses, arbitrary arrest and detention, and also under President Akufo-Addo. A man who is touted as a human rights lawyer, Obia or fighting for Obia. This is something that should not continue.
But that's it.
Kwaya Yedi Gregoria Foko and Namsono. It is unacceptable. And there was a might take a position on it. My call goes to the Deputy Attorney General. Metimia can say Makinka stories baby. He's one of the lawyers what frequenting human rights court pa. Deputy Attorney General Godfred Odami.
Godfred
Dami. Or one of the lawyers so CCOB no human rights court. And then under his watch, this thing is going on. We cannot accept this under an Akufo-Addo rule.
But that's it. This one says, I think the petition by Amnesty International to charge, challenging the court on the handling of Afoko's case with regards to his bail is in order. I, however, wonder if it's rather puzzling how people have clandestinely linked this case to the president. How can the executive meddle in the judiciary? Kwesi Reynolds, Agona, Odobing. And then I think Greg Afoko's case is one peculiar one that is quite embarrassing. Something must be wrong somewhere. But remember, the late Chairman Mahama also needs justice. Farouk A. Tema. I support Occupy Ghana demands investigation into Afoko bail issue. Ebenezer Takrady Station. Okay. Now, Musa Abattoir says, it's disheartening listening to Sampine. I thought he would condemn the legal acrobatics displayed by state actors. The fundamental human rights of Greg Afoko is being abused, and you're doing politics. In any case, it's Amnesty International or Occupy Ghana wing of the NDC. And then, is the NDC trying to ride on this Afoko case to attract sympathy votes or make the party attractive to their few members? Next joke, please. Jomo Pokwase Festus. Broja Jemfi is making a lot of sense this morning. Kwamina acidity. I have a change here. Frederick Kuma and Wase Akropong. The prosecution witness says Greg Afoko. Mpacho, your microphone is live. Sampai, thank you. The prosecution witness says Greg Afoko didn't fully fulfill his bail conditions. Why is the NDC painting a picture as if he met them? What will the state gain from keeping an innocent Afoko in prison, assuming he's innocent? We should respect the rule of law. That is Frederick Kuma and Wase Akropong. Let's see, which one is here? Chairman General, what is bad, and for that matter, no one should justify it. But the hypocrisy of the NDC about our focus detention marvels me. Kwejo Edu Poku, and then this one says, I hope the NDC will be bold to tell us where the money they borrowed to construct roads can be found. Eko Crunchy Chrome Salt Pond. Ata in Tribue Siakwen Wase Kropon says, KSK for clarity. Takwa to Bogosu Road is well constructed. The sword was first cut by President Kufuor at Takwa as a continuation of the road from Ampemenim through to Takwa, Bogoso, and to Ayamfori. Another sword was recut by Professor Mills in Bogoso on that same road, but it was completed during the period of President John Dramani Mahama. Okay, thank you very much for Muhammad and Semnu Bemu. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I just can't think how far some of us are tagging the president in the Afoko issue. The jokes should stop. We're serious. Bobby, big boss, teacher man take. Then this one says, okay. I'll tell you, baby.
Kwame Nyuma Afoko na se mi If he or MPP NDC.
Mami tie quick answer na yedu ho. Aye, pocho. The family of Adams Mahama would have been happy if he were alive and even in prison. The beneficiaries of that heinous crime should spare our ears. Samo Brian Boabing. Kweku?
Yeah, Ojam.
Ojen?
Why him? I'm on for saying we.
Amen.
Rami.
Kweku.
More topic no is a focus bill reversal
And matters arising.
And then you give us some subtitles to
Government
this.
manipulating judiciary. Rule of law gone to sleep under Kufado says Right Alliance. Occupy Ghana demands punishment for officers who flouted a focus bail order.
Yeah, Kwame.
Yes, Kweku.
One and all grantee a focus bail.
Or a court.
That's rule of law.
Yep.
Challenger, the state mounted for High Court seeking to get that annulled. No, one and all who decide decision or your decision.
The same court.
Rule of law. Wako Court of Appeal Sokaya. The also decision went against the state and Nemebwa.
True.
In terms of stay of execution.
Yeah.
What was that?
Rule of law.
Afoko file application B before the Supreme Court relative to the Nolly Prosecute now AG filing. The outcome was that the AG had done the right thing in terms of their powers. What was that?
The rule of law.
So where is the manipulation of the judiciary by the executive? I don't get it. You may or may not like an outcome of a particular ruling, but the process took place in a court of competent jurisdiction, with all parties there arguing their cases out, some losing, some winning. That is rule of law. You see, unless we have evidence, solid evidence, that the president or the executive, in this case the government, the Akufo-Addo administration, will manipulate the judiciary in all these cases here, my society, these sub cases in the overall matter dealing with Mr. Fuku. I don't see the basis. Rule of law has gone to bed, to sleep, under Akufo-Addo. Yet instances here, my society happened in the court of competent jurisdiction, in an open space, public record. And so what's the rule of law? Wada then? No file processes left, right, center now. In the wadana. But let's come to the basic point, I think, of interest to everybody. The question asked today, being a bail, still our custody of the state, or enjoy bail. Kwame, in principle, I'm opposed to any attempt, anybody, they be court of law, one may be bail. No what's sureties be, Nedama. A crew is to be justified like Bruja kind.
Yeah.
There it was 500,000 Ghana cedis, no a bail bond. Nedama.
Yeah.
No what's unjustified court. The one necessary focus should be, what are the real facts?
What are they, as you know them?
Kwame, the master, so to be honest with you, let me follow it seriously until the last 2 days. Indeed, there is a good friend of mine, a professor, but I need permission to mention his name, intimate mention. Only actually, or trigger me by asking me that why there am I a victim of human rights violations? On this matter. We raise so many issues, or tabulate some the chronology of Nyamana woman, time woman, bail, all those things. And to be honest with you, me catch there, men call program be a white table that matter for discussion. Inti truly men kasa on that. Too so men DH, but because on well trigger meno. Maybe some questions from all the actors involved, at least those I can reach. Nti me try them my exercises be. Me say is an apay in an interview.
Yeah.
So me misrepresent now. Quickly correct me. Me say there or stress the point there. If or turn out the bail conditions were met, then there's a problem,
yeah,
for continuing to keep the gentleman in custody of the state. Am I right?
You're right.
So key factor. What are they saying? Let's say to them as some pen kind there. Those in support of Mr. Fuku, what fulfill all the bail conditions. State Nankasa and Kasa too much or too clearly and directly to my hearing. But Nyaman this stage, you know, and I do this with a lot of caution, Kwame. And indeed subject to further scrutiny, especially by lawyers. I mean, I'm trying to make a street corner lawyer, quote unquote, because I'm not trained in terms of the law.
You are high court.
I cannot compare myself to anybody who training as a lawyer, not even a student of law. Let me compare me to them. I'm being very honest about that. But of course, as a public advocate, I try to research and to also study and learn about it. But I will never put myself on the same level, even with a student of law. How much more a lawyer I will pass out from the Ghana Law School or anywhere else. But I mean, it appears, based on documents I may make it our hay, that there is a little challenge with the issue of fulfillment of the bail conditions.
Oh, there is?
And before I make my own commentary, let me read documents and answer. Here, a year dated 7 June 2019.
7 June 2019.
Yes, it's a letter from the Ghana Police Service, CID, to the Honorable Attorney General, the Minister of Justice. Titled here, the Republic versus. What can it be?
Versus. Gregory.
A man from forgiving Afuku. In the matter of an application for committal for contempt, the Republic versus David Asante Apietu, first respondent, Mamite Wia Adodankwa, second respondent, and Chief Inspector Nkrumah, third respondent. I read. I forward the attached response from the Lands Commission in respect of the land certificate submitted by Mr. George Hika Benson as a condition for bail for the above mentioned accused person. The Lands Commission has, however, indicated that the authenticity of the land certificate can only be confirmed if the original certificate is submitted. In view of that, we have requested Mr. George Hika Benson to submit the original land certificate for authentication by the Lands Commission. Copy of request attached. Further developments will be communicated to you. That's one.
So there was a problem with the land title?
Yes, and then here is the application for search in register of the registry map. Very inadequate there, but it's an official document. Is dated 2nd May 2019. Kwame, Equatorial, we describe, that is official certificate of the result of search. We describe the land. It's not necessary to go into all that.
Yeah.
Proprietor is George Hika Benson. Hika Benson. Date of registration is 12 October 2007. Nature of interest is leasehold. Land certificate number is GA26585. Encumbrance also nil. Registered number is 180/14/649/1. The seal of this register was affixed to the land certificate at the hour of 4:40 p.m. on the 6th of day of June 2019. Then under it is this interesting thing. Also, it's signed. This thing is signed by one Paul Jazzy, regional head. Was a caveat. applicant is hereby notified that the result of this search only confirms that this particular parcel of land has been duly registered. However, that authenticity or otherwise of the land certificate can only be confirmed if the original land certificate is submitted for the examination by the director or his representative. Applicants therefore are advised to produce or submit the original land certificate before concluding any transaction involving their land certificate. This document number 1. Number 2. Again, this is from the Ghana Police Service, CID Department, CID. Republic versus Rigo. Also, I refer to the land certificate you submitted. This was a letter to Mr. Benson.
The lawyer.
No, your lawyer.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I refer to the land certificate you submitted as a condition for bail for the above mentioned accused person. The Lands Commission has indicated that the authenticity of the land certificate can only be confirmed if the original certificate is submitted. You are kindly requested to submit the land certificate through the investigator, Chief Inspector Augustus Nkrumah, for authentication by the Lands Commission. Kind regards, signed by Commissioner of Police, Director General, CID. Hey, Kwame, the key point is whether there is any dispute relative to whether bail conditions have been fulfilled or not. That's the key point.
But you're establishing it.
Yeah, that's what we are now. And I'm saying, yes, and it appears that there is dispute relative to the point there.
They want to see the original certificate.
Let me read this last one. From the High Court, dated 3rd June 2019. This is from the High Court. Addressed to the Executive Secretary, Lands Commission, Accra.
On which date?
3rd June 2019.
Okay.
Order to hasten procedures. Under the cover of this letter is an order of this court dated 31st May 2019, directing your commission to hasten the procedures regarding a report on search conducted with yourselves to ascertain the authenticity of documents submitted to your outfit. The said document has been presented to the court as a condition to secure bail for an accused person. Even though per your acknowledgement note, you indicated that the report will be ready on the 13th May 2019, the Honorable Court, however, deems it expedient that you hasten the procedure to enable the result of the search be submitted to the court on or before the 7th June 2019, counting on your usual cooperation. This is from Stephen Afote, Registrar, Commercial Division, High Court. My understanding, and I'm not well educated, my understanding, me book short understanding of documents I may read show there relative to the fulfillment of the bail conditions, there's a gap.
To unfulfill.
So, if in fulfilling bail conditions fully, and this was implied in ACE submission, then really, what is the noise about?
Are we saying in the lawyers, Amnesty International,
LTC, I should be very careful because I commit errors in my practice as a journalist and a public advocate, a political activist. I'm not perfect. I've made a lot of mistakes.
And a demonstrator.
Yes, a professional one, except I'm on retirement. Until somebody effects a coup d'etat. Then you will see me, even if Metra wheelchair will be there. Kwame. You see, nice saying, for instance, the case, the classic case there, High Court, were reverse, or that were rescind a bail. Ecofax is not exactly the way it is.
No,
and
I
believe there is ordinance or related to that. Didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes. It is really speaking, what the other High Court did, the recent one, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
It's not any against the law
at all. But look, lawyers, civil society organizations, social media activists ran with it based on the first Samawati. Double checking was missing in action. Simple as that. It's the fact that Amnesty International local branch, and that's a group I respect hugely, because I was once a prisoner of conscience. Amnesty International were adopting church mercy.
No, okay.
So I will sit here and do anything that will lead to their denigration. It's a hugely respected organization, locally and internationally. Martin, there was a walk of Shraj. Fantastic. Fantastic. You see, that's the way to deal with the system. Occupy Ghana is a classic example of group Wankasa Keke. The Auditor General's thing. It will need impact. That's what we should be doing in this country. And it's not only them. I think one Ghana movement to be Kofi Bent in the group. They dealing with the electoral the political parties or financial statements. Just as declaring the source of your funding. That is what we ought to be doing. But easily. Because we are not in a perfect democracy. Yet democracy is a transitional one. There are limitations and there will be challenges. President Akufo-Addo, Broja can be about a man for building, make social media, what makes it also a media creation. Well, making a classic example of his commitment to human rights. Nyamin Kofi Kumsin, classic example.
Ibn
Kwaku, classic example. Tommy Thompson, classic example. And they are in their hundreds. Just go and take a copy of the Ghana law reports, copies. Take them. Inti onyaja ibidi to nado. Oyaja onanka say yay no or any. I have not suggested for a moment that he's perfect or he's flawless. But let's not create the impression that all this time, it was some fake designation. He ended in practice. Yep. But that's not the subject for today. The key point I'm making is Kwame. Say you verify all these documents. The Lions Commission, it asks for a certain requirement, fulfillment of a certain requirement before it can authenticate surety. Then please, I don't know what else we can do. But otherwise, the state agencies, Kwame, won't misbehavior. Sometime mention some. Mashadana married straight more. Your friends say I will wear this in the way. So we go back to start up. It was Mr. Equalizer. But you listen carefully to them. Each day they themselves recollect history. Each time they are on air, they are on social media, they are recollecting history. And it's as if they made the word injunction out of middle. Recollection of history. And you know what they've been doing of late? Before programs like this or Newsfile or Metro, they then do preemptive strikes. Oh, this is what we know Kokrokoo is going to say. Predictable. Kokrokoo is predictable. Now why a wanyama? A crow last one is what's oh damn na I wasn't here, was I?
No.
Yeah, they jumped the gun and ended up in the sea. But I can assure them. I can assure them that each time I have the opportunity and it is necessary, desirable, and relevant to recollect history, I will do so.
So what is the history of this one?
Oh, no, not this one.
Okay.
Because some man one example. The 3 SA cops, they can't court man bail.
Yeah.
Court ne can the one fap no call registry no one fulfill will be no.
They were deported.
No, one question be in custody first.
Okay.
2-3 days later they were removed. They were not really deported in technical sense, they were removed. They can't roko frimpong.
Very much. But you know I should remember that.
They were there for 400 hours. When the BNI went to court, they told the court that they didn't know the constitution is there. You cannot detain people for that. It was incredible. Impunity. Emma Meshe. Asabi, go for we free. Asabi, what first time now was preventing from traveling.
Yeah.
The second time, the court time and permission don't travel. Or to plane, the pilot, the announcement that they won't take off unless that man gets down.
And
the people came to remove him. And it was against a court competent jurisdiction decision.
What an embarrassment.
But whatever it is, Kwame, I mean, Mr. In principle, say, I know me damn documentation, see, or indicate there bail conditions were fully fulfilled. I would say that what has happened to the young man is wrong. After all, he's been there for how many years? The trial has been going on since 2015.
3 years or 4 years.
Yes, of course. I'm a prison that. Murder cases, Kwame, even more 13 years, only cases.
Yeah.
It's a disaster of a case if you get yourself in a murder case. Be careful.
Murder.
Arrest the case.
26 minutes past 10 o'clock, Peace 104.3. Answer member for second round. No. PDS Air Power Distribution Services and then the Omunka so much item. Almost BB the customer data capture and update. Customer data capture and update. PDS may fan to jam. There'll be a special exercise to collect customer data in all operational areas. It is also Kanya will feed the no we PDS ejuma. Aha. From July to December this year, July to December 2019, PDS will do a customer data update. I know PDS meter readers and Baba na yaba yebeju din. Within the same Kwame Sefa kind telephone number they say 12345. Or address you say Peace FM, email kokrokoo@ghana.com. Yabajini na within with telephone number or address new email. Intinom. Yes, a PDS for no bar. Omukuta introductory letters, omukuta letters bia, general manager na assign. Iti pacho obiaba also for PDS. No babeji data. And also be you din with telephone number or address new emailer. Catch and send a letter to free general manager was sign on fan channel. And Sana Omanaye Juma Pomchom channel soon. If it's Abusumia will be July all the way to the end of the year. PDS Bayesa Ejuma way. PDS here to serve. Alote? No, let me start with Bojano.
Yeah, Chairman General.
I'm going to Bojano.
That's CP.
But can I say you're a Pia Pano? No.
Chairman Martin.
Medasi.
Chairman, I'm say Uncle Kwaku am some document. Na utie document na oken kan no. Me document no the di kan ni nyina no. Me sheda mfa ma adwene nkoso papa.
Okay.
If we say if the court a granted bail, the execution and the receiver of all documents are ever say nipana fulfilling the bail conditions no is done by the court, not the police. Until the working about police near the it is obvious.
Now
the police,
court, no, one any document go court.
Chairman,
No,
maybe document emanating from the register of the court.
No, that's what I'm coming to. That's why I'm saying that the first document now already any day. I want, I don't think even the public should be interested in it because it is obvious that even the police has an issue with the court. The last document, how kind of a free court, it reinforces the position of Omwa a Kassetia Abai on this case. What was the court saying? The document now already. The court was expressing frustration by the executive in frustrating the bail execution of Afoko.
Is there any mention of the executive?
Oh, I beg you.
Is there any indication
I
of
beg
that?
you. The court wrote to the Lands Commission.
And the Lands Executive.
And the Lands Commission
moderator now.
And the Lands Commission
can't where I showed their 70 are still going on that tangent.
Chairman General.
Twaso.
Let Anwa Uncle Kwakuba Kokin Kayan. A day Afoko Asemano. Court a granted bail. All the conditions I was say a busiafo no a year ne a lawyer for 1 more year. And somebody somewhere is frustrating the process to the extent that the court must get involved and write to the Lands Commission say Munya adianin temna yamani pani bail as a mwasheda and a mu delay adian. That is the letter the court wrote to the Lands Commission. It reinforces the position. Say there's an attempt by the executive not to abide by the ruling and the judgment of the court. And only rule of law now,
which attempt?
Chairman.
Mpacho maybe sasem.
The attempt, you know, and they say court ama bail as far back as March 2019. April between May Abba, and the execution is not taking place.
And
because there's an attempt to frustrate the problem.
Attempt by who?
Chairman, I have a question where you there. Sorry, letter no petition no a lawyer for no try the command Amnesty International now. Let me just quote a paragraph for you. I say the family satisfy the bail conditions, and mind you, this petition is already date of the petition no about before after the letter of the registrar to the Lands Commission. Letter no Uncle Kwakuba Kokin no was I think early, I think first week of May or so. If Uncle Kwakuba can confirm for me, the letter from the court to the Lands Commission, the date. But we petition no Omotrokoma Amnesty International now. It is dated May 26, 2019, which comes after the court had written to the Lands Commission. Let's hear the Omokai or say the family satisfied the bail conditions despite the numerous bureaucratic obstacles thrown their way, such as asking for valuation of 2 separate times, revealing the names of the sureties to the public through the media, going onto the premises of the property under false pretenses to harass the property owner. Despite satisfying the conditions of the bail, the police have refused to release Gregory Afoko. This is from the lawyer of Greg. This is from the lawyer of Greg. The petition to the amnesty. But this petition is after the letter from the court to the Lands Commission.
But what is it?
This is 26 May. This is 20. I don't know that. I wanted you to confirm the date of the letter. The date of the letter.
Yes.
Chairman, once he confirms for me,
the date here is 3rd June 2019.
3rd June 2019.
And Kwame, that's a quick one. Metedo said this letter was expressing frustration.
Exactly.
That's your interpretation,
yes.
Isn't it? The Lands Commission were also asking the person who stood to
the on-file certificate, the original.
So where are we?
Mami,
where are
Chairman,
no, Chede in your title deed certificate. Now sometimes they are fake ones.
That is that is the only reason why.
Let me finish.
If you bring a photocopy,
let me finish myself. Okay.
Explain Bibi Kaka.
Do you go?
Yeah, explain because when you own properties in Accra or Moti, say what the certificate in the photocopies is that court today. I won't send the original one. The photocopies can be fake because there are Goro boys there.
The question
that's the more reason why the
Boston is already produce original.
Don't produce it. That's why they are calling on him. And so I will authenticating there. Who certificate 30 DC Martin who payment who be built there is inside.
I just put them here.
The lawyers of Greg insist said they have fulfilled the bail conditions. That is one. Two. They have even gone back to court to cite the IGP, the CID, and one other person for contempt of court.
That is yet to be determined.
What's that? I
inflict me decision.
Chairman, Omako court. I dia court to court and him say bail conditions are ready ma one.
Yeah.
One way the bail conditions ni nyina so. But IGP ni CID interfere with the processor.
What is the case? What is the case of the IGP and CID at the court?
Hold on.
Case
Hold on.
It hasn't been heard.
Hold on.
It hasn't been
I even know, say, at a point the court wanted to call subpoena mechanism.
Into one side of the story for you know IGP and
mechanism subpoena no mechanism otwim.
I say you didn't cut out.
Say you be frɛ wo mo abakot. But Chairman General, say ma ye kan nyina. What they let us use the common sense approach. Court ama obi bail. There are bail conditions to be satisfied. Nipa ntimi satisfy the bail conditions. What should happen? I was saying Nipa should still be in custody and amebo.
Sana happen.
Hold on.
That's the normal.
If the person is still in custody, and then I assign call another court.
That's a fresh.
Hold on.
No, this is a fresh case.
Let him finish.
Asking for the court to stay or put aside the conditions or the bail that has been granted by the first court.
Is that what it is?
Oh, but that is.
I mean, they were charge you. The whole trial started afresh.
Remember, maybe son. Is that what it is?
That is it.
Go back and ask.
Greg has been granted bail because the Attorney General issued a nolle prosequi.
So there was no trial again. Then,
by that time, he was not on bail. At the time the Attorney General was issuing the nolle prosequi, Greg was not on bail.
Yes, that's true.
He was still in custody.
Yes.
And now, or issue nolle prosequi anyway, you know. Yes, started the case, and then the court granted him bail. Bail conditions, no, you can't rule of law. Now, Uncle Kwaku outline, you know, several statements asking say a rule of law. Now, what is rule of law? Nobody is above the law. Court, the accused person bail
to be fulfilled
from March 2019. We are in July.
Yes, conditions fulfilled or
we are in July.
That's why the issue
and
is.
The court is even expressing frustration. Say the processes leading to the execution should be hastened.
Yes. And
why? Because why? Because there's an attempt to frustrate the process. And the lawyers are insisting. The lawyers are insisting. Say, right. But Chama, this case, I said that if you give somebody power, that's when you know his real character. It is true that people's perception about President Akufo-Addo may struggle for
so this thing always has to
rights
come back to
it is important, Chairman.
Okay,
it is important because
let me read my
messages. Under another regime,
let me read my
President
messages.
Akufo-Addo would not have kept quiet.
Please. Don't shout,
Mr. Very important.
Don't shout.
Four soldiers were detained. BNI custody for 400 hours. No Ghana.
Obe sorry ejina den. Obe sorry ejina den nkofo aka say President Akufo-Addo there okuma obia. But today he has power and this is happening under his administration. I think that something must be done about it.
May I say,
Chairman, that's your
just a few messages,
opinion.
And then
the president cannot interfere.
There's clear interference in this case.
And
I can say Benyao.
May Kanama reverse no much amen. Now this one says his lands commission saying they don't have a record of the land registration and need to see the original. This is just delay tactics, and their reasoning is embarrassing.
So that in court if you
these are my listeners, not lawyers. Ike in London. Chairman, we only make a weak and illogical accusation based on our political persuasion. I don't know why the NDC is so keen on the Afoko detention. What is their interest? Let the Supreme Court strike the controversies. Now, Wafake New Plan Station, tell Broja he should stop propaganda. After listening to Kweku Bako, it has confirmed what I've always been saying. That is, there's too much noise in this country. Even though Kweku Bako says he prefers ugly noises to the culture of silence. Truth be told, the ugly noises are becoming nauseating. Felix in Adabraka. Nana Hesi Ojiri says, why this sudden bail defense for Gregory Afoko? Somebody was murdered one fine day. If for nothing at all, we should all remember that his children are still alive. May the soul of Adamus Mahama rest in perfect peace. Nana Hesi Ojiri. And then this one says, I thought Lands Commission told us that they are currently running an electronic system. So what is this business of verification of original title? SKK in Adenta. And now I need everybody's amen on this one. Another coward who goes by the name Kofi Inadan. Kofi Inadan says, Kwame Sefakai, God will punish you, your siblings, and your generation unborn. The God of Gregory will speak, but the day of reckoning will come, where the poor will have nothing to eat, but the rich and the elite like you. Kofi Inadan, I say return to sender. Somebody say amen.
Now we're going to
Miss Obika, amen, mame. My generations unborn have done to you, but you too, fire burn you, right back at you, and your generations 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12 times unborn. Fire burn all of you. Chairman General Broja Jeff is doing all he can to drag the president into this issue, but tell him it won't wash. Hey, somebody has sent a message to me that obviously is not mine. Or say, Mommy. Mommy, you can go for the money. I like that part. I have been notified that I have been paid. Please, me more number, but I have a strong feeling it went to the wrong number. Why? Ain't he? Check why I'm sure, sir. There's just a little mistake. Now, has Broja Jemfi done any research at all on this Afoko matter? Nyedu aye Penfield School in Oyarifa. Me wafa nyedu me mwachia no pay a train. I don't say any other comments.
Chairman.
Yeah. Yes.
Chairman, wait there quickly. Just 30 seconds.
What's up, baby?
There's a document sent to me, and I think it will enrich
sent to you by
from Lands Commission, Land Registration Division.
I'm not there, Sendo.
Okay. This is dated 26 March 2019, and it is addressed to the High Court.
Now Lands Commission for that
yes,
Sendo this year.
Oh, they say that it is a document from the Lands Commission, and it is request for search. Or say reference your letter number 442/19. Dated 25th March 2019 for a search on land situated at Kwabenya. Copy of the site plan attached for ease of reference. We wish to inform you that the whole site is affected by land certificate number GA 26585 issued to George Benson.
That's what I read.
Yours faithfully. Hold on.
This is what I read here, and I read you the caveat.
Hold on. Yours faithfully.
Yes.
Ya Ajiman Buedi, Mrs. Director, Lands Registration Department.
What was the date?
25th March 2019.
And 3rd June, the same court registrar was writing to Land Commission
to hasten
the procedure.
It means that after
because the issue of bringing the original became an issue.
All of these letters are exposing the interferences that were going on at the backside.
That's your interpretation.
Because this is a letter dated 25th March 2019. Our Lands Commissioner confirmed, say, this is the certificate number of the land. Why should we get back to June for the court to write back again, telling them to hasten? It means that in between, certain things have gone on.
That's your suspicion.
That's even the case of the lawyers of Africa.
Yes. That's your suspicion.
Okay.
And I don't think that Amnesty International will just jump into this without looking.
Amnesty International is a very important organization, but infallible.
When you own properties in Accra, they will understand what has been sent to the Lands Commission. On the market there, say, and take your time out, they will bring you fake documents. Now, when you bring the original certificate, I mean, make the master more to some good you know the master mom, Tom Sawyer knows the master mom. And so that is why I'm saying this. There you will need the original certificate.
So why would the Land Commission not ask for it?
No.
And rather issue a letter stating that this is a certificate number.
Only Kwekuba move free program to Kakra.
All stand surety now. Obotumu know the offended photocopies. No. Or the but original so on your prepared the doors you original no boko. That is how it is.
So the Land Commission should not have stood on the photocopy to write to the court confirming the certificate number.
And later doing that. Assuming they did what you are saying, were they right?
But Kwame,
in the court of law.
It could be right, but if it forms part of a
slight reversal of my submission,
which is
because in Yama, yeah, say yes, by NDC, MBP. Name Ori and Roy, I did Nigeria full story be a Janaba, and water at the donkey do. Na war corner don't get on a be who
proud donkey no see foam.
No, modudo. No, I will agenda banner. What it as I saw you do not was require. No, there agenda but was send foam. No one answer was our magic as I saw was a bay. Now, when you mean answer there, donkey is all to monsieur and Yamepi, good nature, won't do Montada. Ne agenda but was I get to do. No was a baby, papa, papa, send form now obeying on top on God, you know. Your audit in the Dama will go in the fee order. What's your donkey? Again, about what's your donkey? No, was about working in there. A big question for yeah. I don't know what to do now. What's your what to do? Since you are Magana or you know,
assembly and Shasem Nanka.
I have come to realize there is the need to deepen our governance system under the canopy of rule of law. As my argument here was to be first in the man answer them all. But when we could read these things, say Kokrokoo that a better say. But you see, I don't like the way we are impugning or trying to tag some people in this country. Here politics no ya dirty akakra. Na chede bibia or there what you share. The president cannot instruct, he has no power to influence the judiciary. Not that there's no democracy in this country, there's no rule of law. If a president can influence a court decision, then I'm afraid. Then where lies Ghana?
Right. And then
has influenced before. Chairman.
And Patroma, if you continue talking, I will take you off air now. I am about to take you off air. You insist?
I will insist.
Okay, thank you.
Chairman,
now, I'm reading my messages. This one says, don't waste my ears.
I hear you.
Kweku Moses in Salt Pond. A little laughter, Kweku. Thank you. It says, Kwame Sefakai, I am surprised you read messages which are not directed to you or to your show, but you refuse to read the ones which are directed to you. Indeed, fire go burn you.
The way I pronounce Gregory.
Some people are challenging that it's wrong.
Gregory?
Yeah. Some people are challenging.
Okay.
There's a friend of mine who sent me one Joe Gregory. I say Kwame is wrong.
So how is it pronounced?
I'm touching with some voice, but it's really
somebody sent that.
The same thing.
What, Gregory?
No, he's not saying. So he's saying that you can pronounce it the other way. Like you are right, but you can pronounce it the other way.
But you make it Gregory.
Okay, listen. The pronunciation is Gregory. Gregory, right?
Yeah.
That's the pronunciation. French says Grégoire. Germans Gregor. Italian Gregorio, Portuguese Gregorio, Spanish Gregorio. So I also have pronunciations here to pick from.
Chairman,
and I'm not always right. Let me emphasize that.
Niyaka allegory. Pronunciation here there.
Allegory.
Ninya allegory.
Linguistics. Chairman, you are right.
I say forget them all. It's Gringory. Yo, it's silly. I hear you.
Chairman.
Anyway, and then this one also says, okay, well, Roger, as far as it's concerned, hasn't made a mistake, so let's leave it there. And then, Roger, as I know, person make a say you.
Oh, there we Chairman Daruma. Information to enrich the discussion. Keep it. The Ghana Bar Association has, also made a comment about it.
I haven't seen their comment. I've seen a comment attributed to the president of the Ghana Bar Association. So the Ghana Bar Association has not made
of the Ghana Bar Association.
In fact, he has not made. He's a comment attributed to him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to cross-check say everything. Mr.
Oh, there's even an audio attached. I think he spoke on my Super Morning Show, Joy FM.
And
they've quoted him.
So his opinion.
Saying that an injustice has been done to him.
His opinion.
He has stated that.
Apparently, he is well briefed on all the details.
There you go.
Chairman.
I like the sarcasm.
Chairman.
I didn't see it as such.
No.
I thought it was complimentary.
Oh, yeah.
As the president of the Ghana Bar, he would have been briefed.
No matter who you are, you must have the full brief.
The second topic you are discussing.
Chairman.
And check with Kubaku Mantem. Inti when nas we see Suban.
Agree na Nasam no MPP as.
Okay. My teacher IKJC, Chairman General. Your pronunciation of Gregory is right.
Well,
good morning. Good morning, teacher. That's it.
I defer to him.
Medasio. Medasi. Chibani says, wait. Shatawale says, gringo.
Latino.
But Sampan, anything else to say?
Yeah, Chairman. Pyren for a Juma Ed thing. Pyren for. Say power be kwa kwajia won't me Chairman, at my yeka we should differentiate state from government. Court da e wo Ghana nyina no ye de obi akogina ho a ye see the republic versus asumasi ye mo obidi as the president. So ha beden ena Bojani and this for no ma adwene so omo no wo mo ka asem bia no aban eye on my Ghana ena edi asem no eto so biom Chairman General we propaganda gone bad o propaganda ya mutu documents akwaku akan ne ha akum asem no atwa ne ti ten. But some say first I'm called court of public emotions today. And one of the court of public emotions showing gross crass ignorance about issues. Yenim as some way Chairman Nora, many lawyer 3 edi hun komo. And when say court no me and no nyina obi aye na adwuma na no court no kra no a different matter. I didn't want to go into these details. Me the ne ha me the ahoden I say Samsona then this for person who the president ebeka asem no mo hwe osis broja say semre bi na nka asem ni si yanka nana do beka den. Then he was a presidential candidate. He wasn't the president.
Today he's the president.
Of course he's the president. And the president is enjoined by the Constitution of Ghana say on your personal. He cannot go to the judiciary and give them orders to say munkoye say it when you approve to be say he still holds his reputation as nipabia or J rule of law etumu and then say go make me my instructions family and then when you akwa betra ha ka say wo bumra no so but he's not going to do that na onye sa so ebiem Chairman you hear difference between murder and other crimes. Gregory you know that 2014 and 2015 for 1 year
May 20
Broja was the deputy youth organizer for Ashanti Regional no one know abem one cut that could that money bill 1 year.
Na Broja na beka say money bill.
Oh na nya no te so tia say money bill no.
There be osi court money bill.
There be Chairman. Osi
Sampai. To be fair to him. Osi court money bill.
Okay, let me
Sam Ranoso.
And the update.
On case on new Broja.
Okay, and then Sam Ran 1 year no. And then one can check court to say money bill. Say no you're correct.
There be. That you organize that Chairman. There's only original secretary.
Into Chairman, say, and now what argument we say? Now what can you remember? Say assembly starting maybe and when I'm near Lotte Yadunino say assembly started between MPP and DC was such a narrative or Kwakofa assembly Abba Chairman, caught in some one tiasi and I won't tiasi. Me say, me name papa and in ma and in a kunta. We are Betsy Yenina. But you the 19 court ne cells for 6 months.
Hey,
one more boy child say doing acts with intent to sabotage the economy of Ghana. One more dear Kojina public tribunal, people's tribunal. Secondly, Womma bill, you produce bill, Wamusi for surety. Assassi a dance so. Wamusi young cover the original indenture mra. And sign Woma effective bill no. Kept it in there for 5 days. Ya in summer ya can kind hanum. Ya chere baby ni baby awo. Na se court na mu aka say munkeka mo ho a question person bi sane say opani no a standing surety no wo mo twa rekrata we say from the police say on for original document imra no odiko ana itu
all the documents are here
odiko and I court ni kan please I thought that bia asem ni ni na say kwaji pirate for na ebuki atuma let's accept it say ya kwaji pirate for the bucket but I'm telling you Chama General me say e kwa am dey faso wo mo pese wo mo dey president bam and was she president
once you are busily defending the president
no I am in your
he's my president. I know it's not true. And as my year came now, so we can see a near. I try to say, Papa no, Nitsua ne wonumu, Ayakana Bontino, and one of the Woho. Kokwa narrative be on his conduct in the courts, or buy or Nimsamra, a year Jumentino, or so interfere in anything. Let's look at the matter as it is. Missy, you're a Hikabenson, or the Kratanukana, so the court and a court in prayer, at some Benny, so one
politicians, you have also done is here.
Abujawan. On also, Chairman, say on Fancoya, I don't know Suma Mecanian Hunu. Say Obi Nancy said the Wamutra Coma Lands Commission said they should hasten the process. No, one young Kratana. It tells you that court Nukrano or no son who say, Nkratan Bantamna Brantiano, Wamtimika Assembly. Into young share the substance of the matter. Let's take away personalities. One person target tagwam, and then he will become Quebec Abu Body a cansempa. But yes, I never will say nearby Bibia politics. None crew woman yanka, not for cheap propaganda and for one vote Mpomba. Naka buy and naka kind the option to wait. The alternative to that. Then yes, what Bekasi will be a flag bearer or to Akambi, but make a statement. I don't want the Akambi.
Well, that's what I want to
say. What we need is where you did the papa.
And Yamia,
yo, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. Me did it.
Oh, me actually the way you did to do. Oh no, on your
action. In the meantime, somebody is listening to us live in Germany, and so let me just say a very good morning to you, Haruna in Germany. Have a very beautiful day. Thanks for listening. And keep listening to us, Haruna, listening to us live in Germany. Not Haruna Idrisu, but just Haruna. Unfortunately, on my man, your time is so I'll say upon. But please tell Sampine to stop embarrassing his critical thinking lecturer in the university. How can Broja ask for bail? Kwame, if you don't ask him, I'll turn my radio off for 1 month. Chief Binding, I've asked for him. Are you happy now?
Now, why you handle the papa for Chief
Binding? And then also shouting out to my man Philip Osebunsu, aka Obi of Asempa FM. He says, "Who is listening in Germany? Me too. I'm listening live in Ghana." So you Obi
equalization.
Equalization.
Why are they piles?
Are they?
Last Friday they cut na there one.
I don't know today.
Offer so we program. I'm quite square cry.
Let's just say, not Friday, you went here. So
yeah, but I was listening. It's an amazing.
What's a Friday morning?
I was listening. I'm sending text.
What time?
Hold on.
I'm sending text.
What time you call?
Let's just say, it means that you have been unruly into the BOM.
Oh, Debbie. I said it was unexpected.
I said yesterday time I swap until he had to do what he had to do. Nana one in Kaswa, good morning. I read you too. Na so I say when me say me sure say we'll come back to it. Obviously, don't mind Kofi Nada, or don't worry, I'm sure he's my friend. Chairman General, trust me. If you like, tune to all other radio stations today. Broja Jemfi and Co. will go on with the same narrative in spite of. He says, don't mind Broja, I listened to Friday's program. Nana Kessie did nothing wrong.
That is propaganda.
And guess who's here and kissing me? Guess who's here and kissing me?
Did the cameras capture it?
As for these cameras, I don't care. This is a camera, let's capture it.
Chairman, that can present business in Biba. Maybe it's no off air.
Wait, this is for entertainment news.
I said, yes, Waka. I tell you, so I can.
Okay. Well, Gifty Auntie is in the studio with us this morning. And let's see. Intino, I am some Gifty Auntie has written. Gifty Auntie, wait. Chance, me be saying. Also, I had the watch reading.
My book.
Book Ben watch.
A motivational book. If you give me 10,000 self, I'll collect. This is autograph.
Kweku, you have to pay 2,000.
Autograph copy. Oh, sweet. I'll autograph for you. And for 2 minutes, more autograph. I'm a one now. Number I'm a medini na account. 2 minutes. Oh, ask me.
Gift you watch your book, babe.
Gift you can't give me more.
I'll tell you, you're on air live.
Make a pa.
You're on air live. You're on air live. I can mobile money in the BBI. You're on air live. I'm prompt today. You're on air live. Give to watch your book, babe.
Ayo, sweet.
Your friend is saying
a bit of me. A motivational book.
Hey, but you know I want a bit of you, baby.
I know, and you are a bit of me, you know, brother.
So what's in the book? Then
it's a motivational book.
Then what?
It really inspires people to be the best version of themselves.
Wow.
Because we are in times where sometimes, you know, it's just social media, adaroma. When you be coding market to a baby, when I was I want to do preachy. So this is like the Bible says, and David encouraged himself in the Lord, you know. Ufa ukaya. Everything, and it cuts across. Yesterday we were at the Ghana Muslim Mission. The original Imam of the Ghana Muslim Mission, a copy, and he was amazed by it. It cuts across religions, it cuts across sexes, it cuts across backgrounds. You know, so it's a motivational piece. It's also used to support the needy. And you know, I have 2 foundations, the Girl in Need Foundation and the Awo Dansua Reading Project, and also they support those 2 foundations as well.
But the book is a bit of me.
Yes.
Na ye pebiato e benyi
by order.
Okay.
Order number near 0543.
Okay. 0543
61 8182.
0543 61 8182.
Yes. Order. You better offer now order. You better deliver amount. Ubenya bisu Cape Coast there girl cafe girl cafe or a UCC highway so. Ubenya bi wo ho and Accra wo Marina Mall Exotic Trend Salon. Dansuman Beauty Zone Salon wo Aliu Mahama Road no so. Opposite the Trineboa Pentecost Ubenya bi wo ho. Adriga no Exotic Trend Ubenya bi wo ho. But all other places so far no call for order from all over the region. Yes, send it through VIP bus to them. Accra will deliver to you.
Ain't that money be your day?
0543 61 8182.
And you get a bit of me.
And you get a bit
authored
of
by
me.
Gifty Auntie.
Yes.
Good to see you as always.
Good to see you tonight. What's your book anymore? Our home. Or sister, the fine picture be or
and I said, sister,
now,
fine.
In front of the fine picture, no, there are these squares and various shapes there, like broken piece. And your design, keke. It talks about the brokenness that you may go through in life, the difficulties, the betrayal, the hurts, whatever it is, no. But behind it is a beautiful picture called you.
I like the way Broja Jimfi is paying attention. Broja,
I'm interested.
Motivational.
I'm interested. In Sunday, can't all day 5,000 out.
I'm getting one, and I want to autograph for me.
Okay, time check is past 11. We've overstayed our welcome on a Wednesday morning, the 17th of July. As always, it's good to be here. And as Charles Kojofosu says, remember, and there will be a no strain at the wall. It is manifesto nada. Tomorrow morning, God willing, I'll be back in the studio to be the 18th of July 2019. But the next news broadcast is at 12. Before that, Kofi Kumbilson takes over your radio. Thank you as always for joining us by ear, voice, and text. Meeting the Kwame Sefakai, so let me share my prayer with you as always. My prayer for you is in the book of Numbers. As always, you know that one, don't you? Numbers 6:24-26. That's my prayer, truthfully for you. Because it says there very simply, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Keep your dreams and hopes alive. It's all you've got. And as always, when you stop to say a prayer, say one for me too. God bless. Good morning.